So I'm walking away from the chickens, leaving them in their system, and I'm down here at what is the foot of the avocado slope. There's the avocado slope. And what also is the far end of the mango grove. And so I thought I'd do a little update on this area here. Remember I had a tamarind tree. It was right there. And I was concerned because it lost all its leaves to color ants and seemed to be having a really hard time coming back. And I said, oh, it'll come back. Well, it didn't. So there's a hole there where that plant used to be. We put it back in a bag. It's not quite dead yet, but we're hoping it will resuscitate itself in the bag, but I'm frankly not holding my breath. Here are our many, many squash plants, and they have grown considerably. And you can see we still have some fungus issues. Those yellow leaves there are fungal related, but maybe we will get some production out of these plants at some point anyway, because plants overall look pretty healthy. So we'll see. There's one little fruit there that might make a fruit. We had one over here, and it appears to have dropped. It aborted right there. Bummer. So anyway, we'll see, keeping an eye on the squashes. Then over there is a seedling avocado that we cut way back to graft, and I had grafted a neighbor's no-name variety on there. And the graft did take, as I said, I thought it would, and it did, and it started to push, and then I came over to check it out one day, and it had been broken. Danielle was thinking maybe a bird landed on it or something, I don't know, but it broke, and then so the graft died, so that was a bummer. Up here, the Catalina avocado tree is flowering. Well, it's doing what they call a mixed bloom, which is where it's pushing new leaves and flowering at the same time. As you can see right there. And last year this tree flowered in like April, I think. So way later, because we were here mid-January. It didn't hold a fruit, so we'll see if maybe this year it will hold a couple of fruits. That would be nice. I don't know what its schedule is supposed to be, if this is a normal flowering time or if April is the right time or what. So anyway, going back down here, this is the mango grove. Revisiting quickly this rootstock mango that I said looked terrible, still looks terrible. So as I said, if it doesn't come around miraculously by the end of this dry season, beginning of next rainy season, it comes out and another one goes in its place. This one showing off how beautiful it is. These are all rootstocks, not grafted yet. This one also showing off, has grown substantially. And that one too has grown quite a bit. All look really ready for some grafts. Need some budwood soon. This is a littler one that was in the shade of that trunk, which was formerly that very large tree that we were in the process of cutting down. I've now completed that task. As you can see, it's a stump. So in quite a few months, it might be re-sprouting as the other one did. But it takes a while for that to happen. And moving along, there's the Venus. Remember, I had taken a scion from the Venus and was waiting for it to sprout back. And that was here. That was right there where I cut the scion, and it hadn't shown any sign of sprouting back, but then it did. So we got this new branch and this one too coming out here, and at the same time the other side where I didn't take a scion also gave us a new flesh. This whole part is new, so this tree is looking really good. Very happy with that. Coming back down here to the large mangoes that were cut off. I just fell down. So coming back here, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Coming back down here to the large tree that I grafted, you can see the M4 was the one I hadn't done yet. And this is it. So it took and it has pushed a really nice big flush of growth here. This was the Venus graft that I had already done. And it took too, but it still hasn't pushed any new growth. So there's a couple of ways to interpret that. One is that the M4 is just a more vigorous grower. Another is that the M4 scion had been prepared for longer and was more ready to push. And another is that this tree just doesn't want to put any energy into this particular branch, although I've been pretty diligent about taking off new pushing growth down here below the graft so that any energy going into it would come up into the scion. And it has tried to push below the graft, so it seems to just not want to push there for some reason. But the graft is healed and the scion is still very much alive, so just leaving that alone, giving it some time. Another thing might be that if it started pushing the M4 graft and was putting energy there, and then meanwhile on this other trunk this is all rootstock growth there. So maybe the tree is just putting energy in other places right now, and it'll get around to that Venus graft eventually. So that's what we can hope. Coming here, we've reached the end of the mango grove. So looking down back here, and then we're going to go back over here to where the original video started, which is at the edge of the amphitheater. Danielle's been doing some cleaning and planting in the amphitheater, so you can really see better its amphitheater quality. So see there are these terraces, and it goes down like a basin towards that big banana plant down there. Even more down below in the darkness where you can't see, we have a coffee planting, and there will be more coffee there soon. And also, if I come over here, you can see this is our cocktail avocado tree. Has pollock and oro negro, and our house seedling variety that we call Abyayala. And then over here, on the nearby on the other side, if I can get to it, we can just see the top. There we go. This is the Kampong avocado that I grafted, and it's going really well. Hoping that maybe those will flower, at least flower this year, if not fruit. So then coming back over here, finally, this is our original M4, and it is encendido, as Danielle says, on fire, with new growth. So this is the original graft down here. You can see there, the original graft. And then from there it comes up. This is where I took the scion from, pushed out a new growth here. And on the other side, it's got just branches coming up, and then more. And then over here is the second graft I did, which was just pushing from its tip right here in that last video. And now look, all of this new growth. And now it's going for another flesh with several branches all around the outside. The edges are coming out with individual branches, plus the one central branch going up. So that's really growing beautifully. M4 seems to really like this climate, at least for the plant itself. We don't know about the fruit yet. And then finally, let's see, we've been harvesting some sugar cane. We talked about the sugar cane last time. There it is. We've taken a few, eaten them, yum. And then also, of course, saved the nodes for planting again. And then over here, oh, here's some good news. Our papayas, which I said before weren't fruiting, a couple of them now are fruiting. And this is really exciting for us. We've never had papaya success. I'm coming over here towards the papayas, hoping not to fall again. There you go. So you can see we've got some fruit. We've got more flowers coming in. And same thing on this one here. Some fruit and some flowers. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully those fruit will actually mature and be edible. That will be very exciting. So there you go. Update. Casa Abyayala. Happy New Year.